Good evening and welcome to the Wednesday, April 1st, 2026 Penfield Town Board meeting. I will now call the meeting to order. Let's please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will you please call the roll?
Barry.
Here.
Dean. Here. Getz.
Here.
Lang is absent. Teglash.
Here.
All right, we have a lot of announcements this evening, and I will begin with the Deputy Clerk.
Okay, the second annual Caring for Your Cemetery Day will be held on April 25th. 80-plus cemeteries across New York State will be participating. On Sunday, April 26th, Oakwood Cemetery will hold a volunteer morning where volunteers can help with spring cleanup. If interested, please call Oakwood Cemetery at 585-381-4725 or email oakwoodcemetery1@outlook.com. Also, the Shepherd Home provides comfort and compassionate care to members of the community with a terminal illness will be holding their annual Spring Gala on Friday, May 1st at 6 p.m. Casa Larga Vineyards. The fundraiser supports the home and aid in serving the hospice community. For more information or to purchase tickets to this wonderful event, please visit www.shepherdhome.org.
Thank you. Councilmember Getz.
Thank you. Yes. Arbor Day celebration and native tree giveaway. The Town of Penfield and community partner Color Penfield Green are excited to announce the 2026 Arbor Day event and electric vehicle show happening on Saturday, May 2nd. The event will take place at the Penfield Community Center from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. The Arbor Day celebration will occur from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. highlighted by free native tree seedling giveaways of red oak and white flowering dogwood. The giveaway is first come, first served and will continue while supplies last. The EV show runs from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. with local EV owners who will be at the event with their vehicles to share what it's like to drive an EV and answer questions. Several other groups are expected to attend, including EV dealers and exhibitors. A proclamation will be issued by Town Supervisor Kevin Berry and the Penfield Town Board as part of the event in support of the town's Tree City USA status and the Mayor's Monarch Pledge. Memorial Day Essay Contest. Attention Penfield teachers and students, it's time again to begin writing for the Town of Penfield's annual Memorial Day Essay Contest. This year's topic is how are you showing patriotism and support for our country? Students in grades 6 through 8 who attend school in Penfield or reside in the town are invited to participate. The top 3 entries will receive cash awards, and the winners will have the opportunity to present their essays at the Town of Penfield's Memorial Day ceremony of remembrance on Monday, May 25th at the Veterans Memorial Park Amphitheater. Submission forms and contest details are available at www.penfield.org/events. Please remember that the entry deadline is May 1st. The essay contest is sponsored by the Town of Penfield with support from American Legion Bremen Post 1229. Again, for more information, visit penfield.gov/events or call 585-340-8651.
Thank you. Deputy Supervisor Teglash.
The Penfield Trails Committee invites the community to join a March-guided hike through the 1,000-acre swamp. This hike will tour the paths and the boardwalks of the Nature Conservancy's 1,000-acre swamp. A variety of habitats, including woods, meadows, and a pond, will be covered. Meet at the 1,000-acre parking area, driveway just past Penfield Ambulance Base, and look for the hike signs. The hike is open to all ages. An adult must accompany children under 16. Please dress for the weather and wear footwear appropriate for snow, mud, or slippery trail conditions. This is a skill level of 1 boot. Pre-registration is encouraged and can be completed online through Penfield Recreation at penfieldnewyork.gov/hike. We are hiring. We're hiring for positions for summer camp counselors, swim instructors, and lifeguards. Penfield Recreation is ready for you to join them this summer. Look for a great summer job. Penfield Recreation is now hiring seasonal staff for a variety of positions, including camp counselors, lifeguards, and swim instructors. All candidates are welcome to apply. If you're interested, please complete a Town of Penfield employment application and return it to the Recreation Office. An application is available at penfieldnewyork.gov/employment. More information is also available by contacting Penfield Rec Office at 585-340-8655. Join the team and help make it a fun and active summer for the Penfield community.
Thank you. Councilmember Dean?
Thank you. Volunteers needed. The annual Terry Rothfuss Memorial Good Neighbor Day 2 will be held this year on Saturday, April 25th. Volunteers are needed to participate in Good Neighbor Day to help older adults, veterans, or those who are disabled to do light yard work and spring cleanup. All ages needed, so bring the whole family, club, or organization. Those in need of help with spring yard work and cleanup should call the Recreation Office to request volunteers. To register to help or to have help, please call Penfield Recreation at 585-340-8655. Town offices closed on Friday. Friday, April 3rd, in observance of Good Friday, all town offices will be closed. The public library will be open during regular business hours on Friday and Saturday, but closed on Sunday for the Easter holiday.
Thank you. Now open for the season, the Town of Penfield's weekday brush drop-off service has begun. Drop-off will be available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at 2143 Gloria Drive. Accepted materials include branches, limbs, sticks, bushes, logs. Materials not accepted include stumps, leaves, grass clippings, concrete, or other debris. Services are offered for Town of Penfield residents only. Proof of residency is required when dropping off. Dump trucks are not permitted and contractors are not permitted to drop off. Saturday brush drop-off events are also scheduled, with the first happening on Saturday, April 18th. This service will run through November, with all events running from 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Additional questions on this event can be answered by the Department of Public Works at 585-340-8710, Monday through Friday. Improvements to Browncroft Boulevard from Qualtrough Road in Penfield to the City of Rochester line at I-590 began on Monday, March 30th. The New York State Department of Transportation project will rehabilitate and resurface the road. Other improvements such as sidewalk, curb ramp replacements, guide rail and median barrier improvements, drainage repairs, traffic signal rehabilitation and/or replacement, and sign upgrades will also occur. Lane closures are anticipated during construction. Work is expected to be fully completed in 2027. The Town of Penfield has launched Penfield Forward, Tomorrow's Town Spaces, an initiative focused on exploring the future needs of several town facilities, including the library, recreation spaces, town hall, and town court. The project will help identify potential improvements and evaluate how town spaces can best serve the community in the years ahead. A community workshop was held, and the presentation is now available on the town's website. To gather additional feedback, the town has also launched a community survey available at penfieldny.gov/townspaces. Hard copies can be found at the town clerk's office and the Penfield Library. The deadline for the survey has now been extended until April 10th. In addition, display boards from the March 2nd Community Workshop are currently on exhibit at the Penfield Library outside the Recreation Department office and in the Town Hall Rotunda. These displays will remain available for public viewing and input through Friday, March 13th. This project is led by the town with support from an experienced consulting team to help guide the community engagement process. Community participation is essential to ensuring that future town spaces reflect the needs, priorities, and vision of the people who live and work in Penfield. I will be holding my monthly community conversation with the town supervisor for April on Saturday, April 18th from noon until 1 p.m. at the Senior Lounge in the Penfield Community Center. I encourage you to participate in this informal, open discussion to share ideas, ask questions, and talk about what matters most for Penfield's future. I will be holding these community conversations through 2026. Can't attend, you're always welcome to share your thoughts by emailing supervisor@penfieldnewyork.gov. Okay, tonight we have 3 public hearings. So before we begin, I will just review some rules for public participation. Members of the public who wish to address the board are asked to complete an intent to speak form available just inside the auditorium entrance. Speakers will be recognized by the supervisor, invited to come forward and be seated at the table, to speak directly into the microphone and state their name and address for the record before beginning their remarks. Each speaker will be limited to 5 minutes. Comments should be directed to the board, and any questions should be directed to the supervisor. Those who have not completed an intent to speak form may have an opportunity to speak after all registered speakers have been heard. At the supervisor's discretion, a speaker may be allowed to address the board a second time. Madam Clerk, would you please read the first public hearing?
Yes. To consider a proposed local law to amend Town Code Chapter 120, flood damage prevention, to ensure conformance and consistency with requirements established for the National Flood Insurance Rate Program by the United States Federal Emergency Management, FEMA. The legal notice was published in the Webster Herald on March 18th, posted to the town's website and town clerk's bulletin board. No postcards were mailed due to this being a townwide action.
Thank you. I now declare this public hearing open. Is there anybody who wanted to speak on this topic? We have no call-ins, so it would look like we don't have anyone to participate in this public hearing. So then I will go ahead and close this public hearing.
Okay.
And could you read the second one, please?
Yes. To consider a proposed local law to amend Town Code Section 250-13.12 to modify the town's conditional use permit requirements to ensure compliance with New York State cannabis law. The legal notice was published in the Webster Herald on March 18th, posted to the town's website and town clerk's bulletin board. No postcards were mailed due to this being a townwide action.
Okay, I will now declare this public hearing open. Is there anyone who wished to speak on this topic?
Mr. Supervisor, before we open it up for others, I just want to kind of acknowledge that we did receive some comments and feedback from FL Gorman. That documentation will be shared with the board, and I also acknowledge that this local law is designed to make some corrections to bring our law more into compliance with the state regulations that were recently promulgated. I am anticipating that as a result of some of the comments and feedback we received, we may need to make additional adjustments It's also subject to litigation, so there could be things that we might need to adjust that we don't even know about yet. But even though there may be more changes to come, should the board decide to do so tonight, I think it would be appropriate to still enact these changes because of the issues that are out of compliance in our current code. So with that being said.
All right, thank you. Is there anyone wishing to speak on this? And there are no call-ins. Okay, so I will go ahead and close this public hearing. And could you read the third, please?
To consider a proposed local law to amend Chapter 11, Boards and Personnel, to add a new article to allow board members to participate in public meetings via video conferencing. The legal notice was published in the Webster Herald on March 18th, the town clerk's bulletin board, town website. No postcards were mailed, being that it was a town-wide action.
Thank you. I'll now declare this public hearing open, and was there anyone who wished to speak on that? Okay, there are no call-ins. We did receive an email from Mr. Daniel Moore, and that will be put into the record regarding this public hearing. And with that, I will close this public hearing. So now we will move on to public participation in general. Was there anyone wishing to speak for public participation? And there's no call-ins or anyone else on here. So we will move on to addition and deletions to the agenda. There are 3 items that I would ask for unanimous consent to add to new business. One is a resolution to provide our Justice Court audit to the New York State Unified Court Systems Division of Internal Audit Services. The other is the changes proposed to the town code regarding the floodplain law, and it's to ensure the town is compliant with FEMA standards and maintains standing in the National Flood Insurance Program. And the third is the local law 250-13.12 regarding cannabis, which the town attorney just spoke about, so that we need to adjust our code to conform with state regulations. So hearing no objections, I will add those to new business. Okay. Now we will move on to the approval of the minutes from the March 4th, 2026 meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion or corrections regarding the minutes? Okay.
Take a vote. Barry?
Aye.
Dean?
Aye.
Getz?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
All right. Are there any petitions?
No.
Okay, so now we will move into resolutions by function, and I will begin with Councilmember Getz.
With regard.
Want me to read it?
Yeah.
Appointment of chair to the planning board.
Thank you, and this is Penfield Town Board Resolution number 26T-085, moved as written.
I'll second.
Vote. Barry?
Aye.
Dean? Aye. Getz?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
4 ayes.
And before we move on to the next one, Mr. Supervisor, I'd just like to thank, this is appointment of Chair Robert Knauer. Mr. Knauer, I'd like to thank him for his continued dedication and service to the town. It is truly appreciated by everybody.
Agreed.
That is very true. All right, so next is Public Works.
26T, number 86, award a contract for engineering design of Phase 1 and 2 of Shadow Pines Multi-Use Trail.
Thank you. So this is an amended resolution, and Basically, the town issued a request for proposals to prepare final engineering, design, and construction plans for Phase 1 and 2 of the Shadow Pines Multi-Use Trail. There were 3 proposals. There was a committee made up of town staff from various departments, and reviewing the proposals, they selected Costitch Engineering, Land Surveying, and Landscape Architecture to be the most suited entity to perform this work. This was not included in the 2026 town budget, so it'll require an appropriation. And the amendment to this is that the town attorney added that the supervisor is authorized to execute the necessary contract documents. And this also authorizes the transfer of the funds to pay for the service for this contract. So I would ask for a motion to approve this as amended.
I'll make the motion to approve this as amended.
Second.
Vote, Barry.
Aye.
Dean. Aye. Getz.
Aye.
Teglash.
Aye.
4 aye.
Okay, there is no old business, so now we can move on to our new business, and that is the 3 resolutions that fall under Councilmember Getz.
So I don't have, all I have is the Justice Court.
Okay. Would-
Wait, what is it?
The two.
Okay.
The other 2.
26T87, acknowledging the 2025 Justice Audit has been complete.
With regards to Penfield Town Board Resolution 26T-87, this is to acknowledge that the 2025 Justice Audit has been completed. With that, it's so moved as written.
I'll second that.
Vote, Barry.
Aye.
Dean. Aye. Getz.
Aye.
Teglash.
Aye.
4 aye. (26T88), adopt a local law to amend Town Code Chapter 120, flood damage prevention.
Under Penfield Town Board Resolution 26T-88, this town code for amendment for flood damage creates changes to the proposed town code that are needed to ensure the town is compliant with both FEMA standards and maintains the standing of the National Flood Insurance Program. With that, I would move as written.
I second.
Vote, Barry.
Aye.
Dean. Aye. Getz.
Aye.
Teglash.
Aye.
4 aye. 26T089, adopt a local law to amend Town Code Section 250, 13.12, Cannabis Retail Dispensary, and 250-2.2, terms defined.
With regards to 26T-089, as our town attorney did point out during the public hearing, this is meant to begin compliance in an ever-changing area of the law in New York State. And I think our town attorney did a very good job of explaining that while we will pass this today, we will consider to review as the laws continue to move forward and change. With that, I'd move as written.
I second this.
Okay, Barry.
Aye.
Dean. Aye. Getz.
Aye.
Teglash.
Aye.
4 aye.
Thank you. With that, we'll offer another opportunity for public participation. And looking like there is no one wanting to speak, I will move on. Our next legislative meeting will be May 6, 2026, and I would ask for unanimous consent to adjourn. Hearing no objection, I will adjourn this meeting at 6:54.